Hello guys, greetings to you guys. I'm bringing you this video that I walk around social media this morning and I saw from Blessing CEO. It's really touching how she talked about her past and she even shared tears. And she's trying to talk to Sophia Mamodu, because of the custody battle between her and Davido, the superstar. And she's talking about her experience, what she experienced, that fighting a custody battle is not for the weak. It's not for the weak. You have to be ready. You have to be prepared. That's what Blessing CEO is saying right here on this video. I will let you hear it later. She talked about her experience when her child was taken away from her. That child, her son, was only 8 months old, and it took her 5 years to fight before she could be able to see her son. She thought she was in the best position as a woman to take care of her child than a man. But that doesn't mean a man cannot take care of a child. We all know how men are with children. I always say there's still 2% of men who can really well take care of children. But a lady, a woman, taking care of children is a woman, is for a woman. Woman do it better. Because when a child is sick, a woman know. When a child is hungry, it's fast for a woman to know. And Bless CEO is saying what she went through battling with her ex-husband, and she heard everything he called that she didn't even hear. She did a show, she did that just to take her child away from her. At the end, she came out victorious. This is what she's advising Sophia Mamodu, that she should be ready. It's not just about fighting for a child. And she's not saying it because she don't love them. She loves Davido and Sophia Mamodu as well. She's just always, Bless CEO is just always saying Sophia Mamodu should be ready for anything that will come her way. Why not do it amicably? My opinion. Why can't two adult parents come together and make arrangements of how they can see their children or how they can take care of their children? Okay, guys, I will now let you to listen to what Blessing will have to say. Hear it yourself. Please, if you are passing this page for the first time, please don't forget to follow. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, the same name, and don't forget to share my video and like my video. And I will see you guys next time on my next update.
It
Listen
took me
what Blessing you
five
have to say.
years to get custody of my son, who was taken from me when he was 8 months old. Custody battle is not for the weak. So I think I'm in the best position to tutor you about custody, because the way a lot of you young girls open your legs these days can be alarming. Now, let me tell you something. I always ask men who come for therapy, or people who come and say, I don't love my wife anymore, but I want my children. I can't live without my children. And I ask you, how can you love your kids without loving the mother? It doesn't make sense. That is how we have bettered broken children in the society today, where mother, father, they're dragging for children as if they're furnitures. 5 years I fought for custody. Why was I fighting? I felt I am in the best position to give my son a better life. My ex took me to police. Then the media was not trending. He took me everywhere. He locked me up for 3 days. And they charged me to court for kidnap. He said I came to kidnap his son. There was no humiliation I didn't face. but from my friends, from my loved ones. A lot of them gossiped. My ex-husband said I went into prostitution. That was why he took my son away from me. Each time I stand in that court and look at my ex-husband, I shed the tears because I still have the scars where I gave birth to this child from. I had a cesarean session. My breast milk was not flowing. My mother-in-law and my father-in-laws were stressing the hell out of me. My ex was complaining that the hospital bill was so much. I had so much going on with me. I said, God, am I going to survive this? I was still in the University of Calabar. My papa said, you make I go to school. I'm not going to go to school. I said, I want love. And I prick you hungry me. My papa tell me, say, you dey try tell me, say, I know they give you better life. I say, Papa, you dey give me better life. But na prick I won't follow. I love the prick. Let me make I follow am dey go. And I remember the statement I made to my dad. Daddy, the only thing you will come to Edo State to come and carry is my dead body. So long as I'm living, I must marry Lokioko. If you people refuse me to marry him, I will get pregnant for him and they'll give him birth for you guys in the house. When my parents saw that I was made up, they called a couple of my uncles and said, look at what this girl is saying. And my uncle said, is it not even better that she's married honorably than, this guy impregnates her? It's more honorable. We did the traditional marriage, white wedding, the court marriage. And I danced my way into my doom. After giving birth to my son, my ex started acting funny. Very, very funny. My mom came for Omugo. He chased my mom away and said, how dare my mom come to his house and be providing? My mom was providing because when she came to see me, there was nothing in the house. I wasn't eating. He wasn't dropping money. He asked my mom to leave his house. My mom left and said in Kiruka, there's a home for you. That period was when my mom was building her house. When I waved my mom goodbye at the gate with my son in my back, she told me, Kiruka, I am building this house for my children instead of you to die in marriage. Come home, come home, come home, come home. Oh, when it started, I was depressed. I was frustrated because the only thing that gave me joy was my son. My ex would take my son away from me, go and give to his mother, and ask his mother not to allow me touch the child. He asked me not to breastfeed because he doesn't want me to transfer my ogbanje to my son. The emotional torture was so much. There are sometimes it's gonna take my son from me. My breast will be so heavy with breast milk. That was how I started breastfeeding because the doctor said once the baby doesn't suck for 2 or 3 days, the breast milk gets soured. After he had finished beating me and battering me that day, I went to him and told him, what did I ever do? What went wrong? And he said, food I will give you to eat, water I will give you to drink. But you see, this marriage, it's over. I accepted my reality. Packed up my stuff the next day. And he said I wasn't going to live with his son. Where are you taking my son to? Do you have a job? Can you cater for him? Me that still buy you sanitary pad. You want me to carry my son and be roaming the streets? This was what he was telling me. In Kiruka, you can leave the marriage, but you're not living with my son. I left. Because the truth is, I wasn't even stable enough to nurse a child. I had to nurse myself. I left. And I stood in front of that blanket and said, God, give me the heart to hold her. I couldn't go back home. I was like a prodigal daughter. I went to my friend's place in Akwa Ibom. I called my mom. My mom said I should come home. I was so ashamed of myself. I already had an extra year in school. I didn't know where to go to. I had to go back home like the prodigal daughter. And I went on my knees. I said, Daddy, I am sorry. How come as Lumi for They didn't explain to me about marriage. How come as Lumi for Daddy, I'm sorry. My father looked at me and nodded his head and said to me, Nkiruka, I sent you to the University of Calabar. If you want to make me proud, go back and finish school and come back with your certificate. I was studying economics as of then. My mates had graduated and was preparing for NYC, and I was still battling with carryovers. There was nobody I could even talk to or relate to. But because of God, I picked up the challenge. I didn't want my son to come back and see me like a weak person. I didn't want my son to come back and start going back to his father to beg. Then I battled up my mantle. And I fought for custody. My ex-husband said I'm fighting for custody because I was barren. I told him, I'm not going to leave my son for you so that you can create a monster out of him. Then the battle began.